A very warm welcome to all of our guests, mentors, authors, family members. Our authors persevered and pulled through. There's also the courage to transform experiences, lessons, and ideas into something that can inspire others.
Yes, I asked some of them, what made you write the book? So the answer was legacy, living a legacy. When I'm not here anymore, when I'm not speaking or training, my book is there for you. It's going to be there forever, all right? And the other reason was, I have all the knowledge and I want to share it with everyone. So what better way than to put it in writing? To me, writing needs three things. The first one, the 3 Ds I call. The first one is the dream. We all dream to write a book. It's always in the bucket list somewhere. We want to write a book. The dream is wonderful. But the thing is, someone has to wake up and work on it. Unfortunately, many don't do that because the second D is missing, which is the determination to end or to complete the book. You know, when we started this journey in October, we had 900 over people signing up, or not signing up, attending the preview, 100 over people. And those who actually signed up was 25. Now, today what you see, 13 of them, they are the ones who had the determination to make sure the book is completed. So let's give them a round of applause. And most of the time, why we don't complete the book is because the list is endless. I don't have time. Mainly because I don't have the time. I'm working, I'm coaching, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I don't have the time. And also sometimes the motivation is lacking. So the third D is the discipline. The discipline to sit and write the book by hook or by crook. I remember Shanti. Shanti, where are you? Shanti is our author in the past session. And she came and asked me, she said, Sumati, I don't think I can finish the book. I told her, by hook or by crook, you have to finish the book. Alright? And this year, in February, I met Chee Yong, one of our writers, during a Chinese New Year event. And I said, Chee Yong, how far are you in completing your book? And he said, I think I cannot complete, you know. Can I get a refund or not? I said, no, you're not getting a refund. You have to finish it. Alright? So from February, he started writing. He had just written about 20%. And today, he has successfully completed the book. Amazing. And another person was Veera. I met Veera sometime in April. And I said, how far are you? 20%. April to June, she has successfully completed her book. Again, amazing, right? And just now she was sharing with me that she took 1 month break just to complete the book. All right. And of course, my dear good friend E.T., he tried his luck. He said, Sumati, if I don't finish my book, can I get a refund? So this year, we started what we call a commitment fee, because when we did the program for free, every Tom, Dick and Harry signed up, but no one wanted to finish it. And there is no penalty, there is no pain. So we purposely came up with a commitment fee, and we said, if you complete it, you can get your family members to join you for the launch, and we're going to have a good time, right? But if you don't complete it, too bad. It's forfeited. So because of that, I think that was also a push factor. The other push factor was also the support you had from your family members, yeah? And also the WhatsApp group there with the fellow writers. And sometimes when you see the comments there that I have written this and this, I have read chapter 19, and here you are struggling at chapter 11. So you'll be motivated to complete your book. So that's another factor, right? This is the 5th session, book writing workshop. And the 13 authors we see here, some of them are first-time writers, and some of them have written like 4 times. Our project lead, Irvin, this is his 4th book. Amazing, isn't it? 3rd book, okay, 3rd book, sorry, I stand corrected. And Thai here, and Thai Chutak, this is his 4th book. right? Amazing. So every year he's writing one. Yeah. So I think the dream, the determination, the discipline is there. Amazing, right? And I would like to also thank the mentors who have played a very important role in you completing the book. And I would like to thank all of you for attending here today, to support your friends, to support your family members in completing the book. And before I end, I want to invite a person who has been instrumental in successfully carrying out this workshop. He's none other than our project lead, Irvin. Now, Irvin, as you know, is a treasurer at MAPS, and I would say he has painstakingly carried out this workshop. And how many sessions, online sessions have you had, right? He has meticulously arranged them, make sure you are being attended to, you're being assisted by the mentors. And I think it's the ownership and the responsibility was very great on him, on his shoulders, yeah? And on behalf of MAPS, I would like to express our appreciation to Irvin for becoming the project lead and also to the success of this launch. You know, let's give it a round of applause. He's very busy. He's very busy. He's a trainer and he trains like about 300 days out of the 365 days. Yeah, he's a very much sought after trainer, but despite that, no excuses. He makes sure he does his work. He's also doing a great job as a treasurer, and he has completed his 3rd book as well. Amazing, all right? So I would like to invite Irvin Ho to the stage, please. Let me give him his certificate.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Irvin.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, I hand the session to our project lead and our MC for today. Thank you very much.
Correction, just MC of the day. Project lead still is Irvin Ho. Thank you, Madam Smoothie. Madam Smoothie, can I just ask you to come back to the stage for a while? Now, while the books carry out the names of the authors, most of us didn't complete this journey on our own. Behind every completed manuscript is someone who believed in all of these authors. Someone who encouraged all of us, someone who challenged us to keep writing when the journey became difficult. And trust me, I'm sure there are persistent mentors as well behind all of these authors. So today, we would also like to recognize the mentors whose guidance, support, and encouragement helped make these books possible. I'm going to call out the names, so if you are in the room, please do come forward. First, we have Aaron Lee, Tai Chuta, Shanta Malang, Jade Lim, Shanti, Fatima, Shamini, Nurlina, and Bavani. This is what happens when MCs and project lead take turns.
These are the mentors. So they mentor us to. So next year probably my turn to be a mentor.
To add on, all these mentors also completed their books either last year or before this, and this is their way of thanking us by giving back. So here we are, the mentors.
Thank you, dear mentors. And Madam President, past President Sumati was also a book writer in the past. Correct me if I'm... Yes. So this is what you do. You first write the book, and then you become the mentor, because you know now what you need to do to chase your mentee. So thank you so much, and let's give a round of applause to the mentors.
There's a hint to us. And Karma will come back.
Come back to you. Next you have mentor, yes.
Now to do the honors of the next part, I'm going to invite our project lead, Irvin Ho, to take us through the journey.
Right, thank you Bavani, and thank you Sumati, and thanks to all the mentors who walk along the way, the journey together with us. Yeah. So now let us reflect back, and today not just celebrate the launch of the book, but also to reflect back the journey that our authors has went through. Yeah. So all of us, well, the book is not just complete by today only, but the late nights, the self-doubt, and also the unfinished draft, and also the countless revision. Yeah. The journey has started since way back last year in October 2025. Yeah. And there are 3 stages, as in pre-writing, writing, and post-writing. This one also a teaser for those who wish to sign up for the coming up book writing workshop. Yeah. So it's a long journey, but yet it's a satisfying journey. So it started somewhere way back in mid-October 2025, and then they went through certain stages of online sessions in writing, pre-writing, writing, and post-writing, and we did a soft launch on the 4th of April. And today is the official launch, where we see 13 of us, including myself, launching our book. Yeah. So let's reflect back some of the journey here, where the moment that we have a lot of online sessions, and not just online sessions, we do have some physical sessions, and you see all the happy faces when they receive the book. Yeah. When they receive the books, and not just that, we made some of them met up in bookstores to learn about the publications and the like. Yeah. And yeah, these are some of the happy memories. And not just that, just now Sumati said, yeah, perseverance. And February, and recently, I think Veera, when was it? Yeah, in April or May, right? Said, in April or May? April. So, are you sure that you can finish the book or not? And we recorded some of the evidences that these people said, yes, I have, by hook or by crook, I need to get the book launched. Okay, let's see some of the things. And Veera. And let's hear what Veera committed in April. Huh?
Say something.
What's your commitment? Evidence.
I will not read Irvin.
So are you going to launch on 6th of June 2006?
Will be released on 6th of June 2026.
So of course it's just Veera, but of course all the other authors, I keep asking them, right, one by one individually in the WhatsApp group, saying, are you sure? Can or not? Can or not? But who about group? Yeah, have to launch. Yeah, and 13 of us managed to launch for today's sessions. And the journey started with 102 participated interest. Yeah, showing the interest to write a book, but only 25 registered as for the workshop. And with the 25 of us and 13 of us managed to launch our book. Yeah, so it's about 52 success rate. Yeah, this is our fifth year organizing book workshop. So now, without much ado, let us kickstart the sessions of launching. Yeah, by having 13 of us. But of course, to run through 13 of us one by one is a bit of draggy. Yeah, so we break the sessions into parts of introductions and also a forum by having a moderator to ask some questions for them to answer. Yeah. So for the first batch of authors, their topic and the book is related to life, healing, and human journeys. Yeah. What you have just witnessed is a proof of every book begins with long before the journey, yeah, is getting printed. It begins with an idea, not just that, a struggle, a lesson, and a dream. So our first authors segment brings together stories inspired by life experiences, healings, resilience, relationships, and personal transformation. As each authors, I will be inviting them for the first batch authors. There will be 5 authors having their topics related to life, healing, and human journeys. Yeah. So for the first authors, I will be inviting is someone that talking about the life journey with the book title Life After Setback. She is none other than Dorene Chai.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Dorene Chai. This is the book that I wrote, and it's a testimony of God's faithfulness in a season of my life, how I became disabled. So this is a testimony of God's faithfulness, how He was always with me, and I want this book to be an encouragement to all my readers, whether you are believers or not believers. But this book will give you encouragement that after a setback in your life, no matter how serious it is not the end of your journey. Okay? So for me, this book is very honest. It's a very raw. Everything I write is what really happened. There is no makeup. So when you read it, you can see the struggle, the challenges that I went through. And I think it is going to be very encouraging to everyone, no matter what kind of challenges that you face in your life, because everybody have their own challenges. So I encourage that don't give up, be strong, and also take the opportunity to thank my mentor, Ms. Shantamala, who was always there for me, who was always asking, at what stage are you now? Still postponing. Then until the day she pushed me, go ahead. And also I want to take the opportunity to thank my best friend who is also here with me, Elaine Chan, and her husband, Hock Sing. Her daughter is also here, Emily, who was also the illustrator of my book cover. So I'm very happy for Elaine, for Hock Sing and Emily to be here today. They are my source of motivator. They encourage me, and Elaine always remind me whenever I want to give up, she reminds me of the purpose of this book. Thank you, Irvin.
Thank you and congrats to Dorene with the book Life After Setback. Yeah, it's a life experience writing from the heart of Dorene. Now, the next author I would like to call upon is someone that has written a book called Untriggered. So when she approached me that time, she's like not sure how to title the book, as in supposed to be untriggered or triggered or whatever. But then I said, whatever come to your heart that you think the book title can reach to someone. Yeah, it's your book. You make the decision that can come from your heart. And she titled it Un with the hyphen triggered. Yeah. So she's none other than Dr. Siti Syahirah.
very good morning. Assalamualaikum to everyone. 90 seconds. That's exactly how long it takes for a stress reaction to become a stress behavior. Which means that's exactly how long it takes for a spilled coffee to ruin your day. I'm very sure every one of us, we have gone through this point where we always pushed ourselves. One more deadline, one more hour, one more day. We kept pushing and pushing. Throughout my journey of advocating mental health, I've realized one thing. The more you push, the more excellent you are in whatever you do, the easier and faster you burn out. So burnout is not about feeling stressed. No, it's about being mentally, emotionally, and physically exhausted. Sometimes being present at a place, merely being present, also takes up your energy. When I thought about it, and I thought, what can I do? I've been preaching, I've been talking, I've been training, I've been coaching, I've been doing everything. But what can I do so that when whoever meets me go back home, they still can practice, have a textbook to remember whatever that we have spoken about. And maybe, just maybe, become an individual who is deeply untriggered. So, with that, I'm Dr. Siti Syahirah Bikri Jahabardin. I'm a doctor, mental health advocate. I coach, I train, I deliver keynote speeches. Currently, I'm located in Women's Specialist Clinic, Klinik Pakawanta Renu, which is located in Kaja. And being here feels extraordinary. Taking also this opportunity, not just to inspire, but to feel grateful for everyone that's here today. My family, my friends, and everyone that came all the way, spent your time just to be here with me today. It's a little emotional for me, so I'm going to move on. And let's move on and say a big, big, big thank you from the bottom of my heart to every single one of you here. Special mention to Irvin for being extraordinary and Bavani to keep pushing me. Thanks, bro. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Right, once again, congratulations to Dr. Siti. Yep. So, the next author I would like to call upon is someone that has a unique title. Yeah, is the only author that is writing a fiction book. Yeah, many authors, aspiring authors, approach us saying that should I write non-fiction or fiction book? But I say, well, it's up to you. The whole workshop is just a guidance. Whether you want to write non-fiction, fiction is up to you. But as long as you follow the path, the journey, eventually you will be able to finish off your book. Yeah. So the unique title of this is not coffee, it's not tea, but Chum. Yeah, so everybody likes Chum. So for Verena Chin.
Thank you so much. Hi, good morning everyone. I am very happy to be here. Firstly, thank you to Irvin. Thank you to my mentor, Aaron, for pushing me to make sure that I complete my book. It is not easy. Here I'm standing. I have been working for more than 20 years, sales, key account management in FMCG. So doing everything for the company but never for myself. And then one day I decided it's time for me to do something and to work on my dream. Why I wrote this book? It's actually a gift, my childhood dream, a gift from my dad a very long time ago, a book, The Flowery Umbrella. In this book, it talked about a little girl that had gone through many, many adventures using the flowery umbrella as a boat, as a parachute. And when I read that when I was small, I wanted to write a book, just like her, to share about my journey, all my adventures just like her. And also, I write this book because of tribute to my family, to my parents, my late father and my mother. So that this is their dream, and this is my dream for them too. Okay, fun fact. I want to share a fun fact about my book. I didn't come up with this idea. I, in fact, had 3 ideas, 3 titles before this. One was 30 Days of Love. And my mentor said, Irvin said, you are narrowing your audience to just women only. Then I thought about it again. How about I do something motivational, okay? If not now, when? And I wrote halfway, I couldn't write anymore, and I stopped. So I wasn't motivated myself. And then I decided, what else? Maybe write something about sales. So since I'm in sales, it is so much easy to write about sales. And the title was called All Salesmen Are Dead. Not because they died, but because the way they sell is very different. And it's even worse still. 2 pages and I gave up. That's it already. And I wanted to give up, I couldn't. And my mentor was asking me, how are you progressing? Getting there. I didn't want to tell him I had 3 times and I failed. And then one day my daughter just asked me, why don't you write something about kopitiam? You know, all the conversations that you have with your friends, families, ex-colleagues. Yeah, and that's how it came. Everybody Likes Chum is actually for my daughter, who is also the designer of my book. So that's it. What else? Okay, why 28 stories? You know, Chinese, right? We believe in prosperity. Perhaps another book? You making?
88.
Yeah. Okay, the typewriter, there is actually 2 very important stories in the book. Typewriter that waited is actually my father. He wanted to write, but he didn't. And we always had this typewriter in our house. So, you know, it triggered me, yes, to fulfill his dream. And the last one is actually a letter to the stars. It's actually from my mother. This is actually very, very close to me. How she was with me and all that. This is actually a tribute to her. That's why I had the book to insert families' stories there, just to keep my memories of them alive. So that's about it, about me, my journey of everyday love. Everybody Likes Chum. Hopefully I'll be standing here again, launching my next book. Thank you so much.
Right, thank you once again. Congratulations to Verena Chin. Everybody Likes Chum. Unfortunately, later during refreshment, we are not serving chum. We're serving coffee, tea. If you want to chum, you chum it by yourself. Okay? Right? So, the next author I want to call upon with a unique title that's asking a question is, do I have a choice? Just like in life, we have many choices. Yeah? So, the book title, Do I Have a Choice? Coming from Fondy Foong. Let's welcome Fondy to talk about her book.
Thank you, Irvin. Yeah. Hi everyone, my name is Fondy. The title of my book is Do I Have a Choice? Now, can we have a show of hands here, right? Have you ever felt lost, in life at some point, of time, that you're unsure, uncertain about your destiny, your directions, or even your career, or certain decision that you're making? Any hands? Thank you. Thank God I'm not alone. Aiyo, okay. Yeah, so yes. So when I was younger, right, I was actually known as a very obedient child, very compliant, a yes girl, meeting all the expectations, did what my parents say, everyone's instructions. But then I realized back then, right, I actually didn't realize that the most fundamental, basic, rights for a human being is actually the power of choice. And that really woke me up one day. And hence, I was thinking that, how I wish I could have a guide or a mentor, somewhere along my life journey that could actually guide me to find answers, find directions in life. And after that, slowly as I explore the journey, okay, and I also realized there are times the guidance are there. The mentors can guide you any type of methodology, but the answers actually are coming from ourselves, coming from within. So hence this realization actually inspired me to come up with this guidebook for younger generations, young adults, to actually have self-discovery and exploration to find the answers themselves, by actually understanding who they are. And that's where I actually come up with the 5C framework to live out passion from within. You know, that they can actually be living a meaningful life with intentional actions that can be of contributions in the society. And that is really what I hope to see in the younger generations raising up leaders. And yes, these books are actually for those younger generations, leaders aspiring to be leaders in the future. And yeah, before anything else, I would really want to thank God for the inspirations, strength, and also opportunity for me to come up with this book. And of course, thanking I would like to express tribute to my late grandmother. She was actually my greatest mentor. Back then, when I was very lost, I know that when I pick up my call to call my grandmother, my grandmother was always there to say, and give me not only knowledge, guidance, but most of all is actually wisdom in life. And that is really what inspired me today to write, this book, to actually leave a legacy that someone is there with the younger generation. And I would like to actually express thanks to MAPS and all my family members, my husband, my two lovely boys, that actually be very patient with me to actually complete this writing journey. And also my mentor, Jade, Shija, Dr. Stanley, and also my friends, Mr. Chan, Chok Sen, thanks for being here together with me, celebrating this special moment. And I would like to remind everyone that any point of time, if you're lost, you always remember, you always have a choice in life. Be creative, be a change agent. Thank you.
Thank you, Fondy, and congrats, Fondy, once again. Yeah, the last author for these very first sessions is someone that is writing a book that is related to money, but it's not really a personal financial thingy, but it's related to something that is a bit unique. With the book title says, Happy Money, Happy Wife. Who likes to have your wife? But I asked this author, is this book really targeted to husbands only? Yeah, actually it's not. Just a title. So husband and wife, you can also read this book, I suppose, right? So let's invite Chee Yong up on stage to talk about his book. Congrats, Chee Yong. Happy Money, Happy Wife.
This is a project of 3 years. I know some of you probably with me in the second season, where I participated in the book writing workshop. People ask me, what got you to write this book? I think it has been a dream for me to see a writer on stage signing books. Probably there is an inspiration someday, and today is the day, 6th of June. I can do this. And to me, this journey of 3 years also resonated with me in the story that I shared on my chapter 1, if you have read my book. There was a time, being a chartered accountant, just joined financial planning, I was struggling financially. How can a chartered accountant struggling financially? And that led me to putting down my ego, asking for help. How many of you think that talking about money is easy? Yeah, anyone? No one, right? No one raised your hand. That means not easy, right? And that happened to me as well. And throughout the journey, I wouldn't be here today, I think, without my wife who is here. Yeah. Without the support throughout this journey when I left employment. And with that, I wanted to be a coach. Yeah, I wanted to be a coach to help others, to help people transform themselves from life coaching to become financial coaching. And throughout the journey, I discovered that money is always there, that we always talk about money. How many of you love more money? If you love money, raise your hand. Are you sure? I don't have 100%. Everything we do require money. Yeah, no matter you love it or not, there's part of us that we need to manage money. But money is not the only thing in life. But without money, we can't do much thing. Correct? Thank you. So this book, I didn't know 3 years ago, that was the manuscript that I carry around. I felt that who loved to read my book? I myself didn't find it interesting. So last year, I can't remember whether I told Thai or Irvin, can you actually rejoin back and also just complete my book? As Madam Sumati said that, what's your percentage during the Chinese New Year gathering? I think it's always there. I procrastinate, just like anything in life. But someone gave me a challenge, my mentor or coach Hui, the one that brought me forward. Chee Yong, can you get a book out in 30 days? I took it as a challenge. It's not about me anymore. The book with a framework that I tested with my coaching client, CPA, Clarity, Plan, Action. So if I don't do this right, how can it be aligned to my own framework, action? So it's not about me anymore, it's about getting the book out. The focus is just 1 month to get the book out, because on the 4th of April, I need to have the book design cover. On the convention, I have the physical book to make sure it's available. And I never imagined that the book can bring me to a US radio station and to be available in so many countries that some of those countries I never traveled to as well. But my book traveled to that city or country. So is it about me? No. I just want to make sure that this book is just to inspire one reader to take a simple action to change your relationship with money that will help you to transform your relationship with people around you. You do not need to be a wife to read this book, or nor do you need to be a wife to read this book. I haven't done an analysis whether the husband will buy this book or the husband or wife. But to me, there's always a relationship with money, no matter you like it or not. And there's some conversation that we can't avoid. And here I would love to acknowledge my mentor, Thai, Season 2 project lead as well, Irvin as well, and also every one of you here, especially to Maps and Madam Sumati as well, and everyone. And my wife is here. Thank you very much for all your support. And my sister from another family, Celine, is here as well. And thank you very much that Happy Money, Happy Wife is going global. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, congrats, Chee Yong again. Now, Happy Money, Happy Wife, not just available in Malaysia. He took another step to launch it in Amazon, and now it's climbing up in the ladder of best-selling authors. Yeah, it's reaching out 60 over countries and being invited by US, one of the radio stations, to talk about his content, Happy Money, Happy Wife. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, congrats again to all the 5 authors, yeah, who first batch is related to some stories, experience, and personal journeys together in the book that they have written. So a story of challenges overcome, lesson learned, and experience that have shaped people to see the world today. So to explore more further, let's proceed with a forum sessions where it will be moderated by our past president, Bavani. So in these particular sessions, our moderator will grill them. Asking about why they write this book, what makes them writing this book, and also the journey throughout launching and writing of this book. Yeah. So with that, let's proceed, and I invite all the 5 authors to come in front again, together with our past president Bavani for forum sessions. Yeah.
I am Bavani Periasamy, and I'm going to lead this forum. And without wasting much time, I'm going to grill them, as mentioned by Irvin. Boring, huh?
Boring.
Not enough torture you went through. Okay, next season I'm not volunteering.
You're going next.
So let's start with Madam Dorene here. Dorene Chai, your
Hi.
book titled Life After Setbacks, A Journey Through Pain, Purpose and God's Quiet Miracles. Dorene, my question to you. Many people today may be silently going through similar struggles. Struggle, but different struggles. Everyone go through different pain. Transitions perhaps, and may even question themselves in life. What is the one thing you want readers to take away with them when they read your book?
Thank you, Ms. Bavani. Well, when I went through this rare neurological disorder, it happened 6 years ago. Out of a sudden, I could not walk. So it was a very, very sudden issue. And my best friend Elaine, who is also my spiritual mom, she reminded me that don't let your pain go to waste. Don't let your struggles go to waste. So it triggers me, what am I going to do with this experience? Am I just going to sit there and complain whole day? Or am I going to do something about it? So I prayed about it and God led me. He said, why not you write a book? That's when I started looking for ways to start writing a book, and I was connected to Miss Sumati from MAPS. She was my first connection to MAPS, and she was the one who introduced me to this workshop. So what I want my readers to take from this book is that I want them to feel encouraged. I want them to be encouraged because everybody will go through certain challenges in their life. Maybe not a physical one, but everyone surely have challenges, am I right? So what are you going to do about it? It's a choice, actually. So I want everyone to read my book. It's a very honest and raw writing. You will read about my embarrassing moments, okay? There will be some funny moments, but I want you to be encouraged. No matter what challenges that you're going through, remember that God loves you and He is always with you. So be encouraged. Don't give up. And yeah, getting emotional. Indeed, there are very dark days. Okay, in my book, I was very honest about my depression because I'm not a saint. Okay, when you suddenly turn around and you're unable to walk, you're unable to do the simple things in your life. Yes, there are dark days, but don't give up. Your family and friends are very important to you. Okay, keep up your faith as well. Okay, whether you believe in God or not, I encourage you to believe in God because He's there. And this book is a testimony of His faithfulness. So my message is, be encouraged, don't give up, there's always a choice. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorene. You took pain, raw struggles, dark days, and you choose to channel it to encouragement. So you spoke about choice, and with that I'm going to ask Fondy Foong, do I have a choice? Her book is about the framework to live out your passion. So, Fondy, similar question. People go through silent struggles. You asked us earlier about that. Transitioning in life, there's a lot of questions in us. What's one message you want readers to take away from your book?
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Bavani. Yes, the ultimate message here is that wherever you are, when you're stuck, just remember you always have a choice. And that choice is always channeling to how best I choose to respond to the circumstances that I can't control.
There is always, ultimate, I think, infinity, choices that we can actually choose to actually make it work. Just make it work and live life to the fullest, irregardless of what happened to us. Events are neutral, but we are in control of our lives. It's because we are the designer of our lives. Hence, always remember that the quality of our lives derives from the quality choices of the decisions that we made. So hence, I would like to actually bring a message to especially younger generations that I would love my book to be your guide, your companion when you're lost. You always remember there is this book to be with you to guide you through whatever situations that you're going through. Thank you.
Thank you, Fondy. Now we've been speaking a lot about silent struggles, pain, so let's put the doctor on the spot. Let's ask Dr. Siti Syahirah Jahabadin, your
Yes,
book
Madam Bavani.
Untriggered, all about clearing out mental baggage and beat burnout. Now, writing honestly about life experience is never easy. What was the most difficult part or your realization that inspired you to finally write this book, Untriggered?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for asking that question. It has been a very bittersweet memory, writing this. There are days where some joys would come in, joys in writing, just sitting, relaxing, and some ideas would just pop in. But there are some days where I would be very exhausted. I would come back from work, or I've had a very heavy mental baggage that I needed to process myself. But I think the one that really struck the chords of my heart would be when I was writing my dedication. Why? This was the first time, I wrote my dedication last. I did my ending first, and despite Irvin telling us this is how you should do it, but sorry Irvin, I ended up writing whichever that came first to me. So my steps came first, my conclusion came first, and then finally it came to a point where it was left with dedication. I dedicated this book to my late parents, both my mom and my father, who passed away when I was quite young. My mom when I was 13, my father when I was 17. So that was the first moment that I actually teared up, and I felt like, wow, I'm leaving a legacy dedicated in their name. So that was huge for me. My whole life it's been my sisters who has given everything for me. My family, my brother-in-laws, my brother, and I have my specialist here, Dr. Renu. She is also a mother figure to me. And every single person, my friends, who actually became my family at every step of the way. So finally writing it down in the dedication, even though I did not mention each and every one of your names, but just them, leaving this book, dedicating this for them, meant the world to me. That was the first time I teared up. So that's something that I would say everyone should feel it. Everyone should go through it. It is a legacy. And dedicating a legacy to your beloved ones feels excellent. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Now, I don't want to abandon the rose among the thorns, so let's ask Go Chee Yong. You've written about happy money, happy wife. And if I'm not mistaken, I heard that the journey has been 3 years and then 30 days. That's quite a sprint. So, your book is about money and relationship, about themselves and others. But my question to you is this. What surprised you the most about this journey?
Okay, what surprised me the most would be, of course, a boy from Ipoh being offered an opportunity to be interviewed on US radio station is something I never imagined that this book would bring me. And to be on like Amazon bestseller top 100 with my idol Tony Robbins, the same list, and also in Australia, Canada. That was something I never imagined. But those are just ranking, is it something important? To me, it's all about bringing the message. Like, to me, it's about bringing Malaysian story, yeah, to the global stage to share with the global audience. And managing money is the same regardless of whichever region or places that we are. So I'm just taking it as an inspiration. But to me, that one thing that surprised me would be receiving a message from one of the readers that I'm going to read it all. That she gave me permission to share. In fact, I share it on my social media. I love your book. Really awakened a part of me that had been sleeping. To a lay person like me, your Rule 72 compounding interest, how they affect our debt and saving, you might be surprised. These are things I never place time to think. Yeah, I Google a lot after reading your book, did my research about what to invest. However, beside X with X return, I couldn't, yeah. So all this message is something I never expected I would receive. It may be small, it's not monetary, but to me that is after effect that surprised me the most after writing. That make the journey worthwhile. Otherwise, it's just a manuscript that I have been keeping for the last 3 years. And at the point of time, I was feeling that I always ask the question, what's the minimum number of my words in order to publish my book? There's always a question that, is it 10,000, 30,000, 50,000? But this time around it's no longer about number of words. It's no longer about me. It's about the message I'm bringing across. And how can I inspire one person to take one simple action? As I always share that I'm carrying around additional book each time. So I just want to share with others as a gift because I never know that this copy may help someone. And hopefully like my neighbor, they definitely have a choice in their life. So can I add something a bit more? And 4 years ago when I first joined MAPS, I actually signed up for annual convention in 2022. Someone I didn't acknowledge just now is my late grandmother who passed away 4 years ago. I got back a refund from the committee. I'm thankful for that, but I did continue with my membership with MAPS. I know it's a long journey. Everyone have their own journey. Some probably have your first chapter written, some not on your first word yet. But regardless of whatever journey, I hope you don't need to wait 3 years. And we are here to guide you. And if you want to get your book written for next season, join me or my fellow colleague, Verena.
Project 2026.
So even though my late grandma no longer around, but I'm sure she'll be very proud that me holding the book. I just want to hope that whether it's the book writing journey or whether it's a story that I share inside the book, it's not a book of strategy, it's not about guiding you how to make $1 million, but it's about how you can live your life. You can manage to change your relationship with money. You can definitely change your relationship with your wife or people you love. You may be single, but definitely people around you. Thank you. I'll pass back to you.
Wow, the stories we hear, I need a moment to heal myself. Verena Chin, everybody likes Chum. Maybe people are getting hungry with this, but I'm so sorry, we still got a bit more to go. Now, inspired by fiction stories about life, work and everything in between, how did you feel when you finished this book?
Thank you, Madam Bavani. Okay, this book, I envisioned it when I'm going to finish. I'll be celebrating. I'm going to go with my family, we're going to have lots to eat, and then we're celebrating lah, okay? Chum lah, we'll celebrate Chum, right? So we'll be at kopitiam and eating. Then it was towards nearer and nearer to my book to end. It was actually on 19th of March. Coincidentally, it's actually my late mother's birthday. And the time here was actually 2 o'clock. That's why I put in my book. It's actually a memento. So I stopped the book. I wrote my last word. Instead of being happy, I'm going to celebrate like what authors do, I just sat down and I was very sad. Because I was saying goodbye to my mother for the second time. So it was her birthday. I wished her happy birthday. And I told her this book is actually for you. And it was actually not only sad to say goodbye to my mother for the second time, it was also sad because I'm leaving behind all the characters in my book. I imagine myself being one of them, sitting in the kopitiam, listening to their gossip. This will be in my book. You know, or imagining myself there, somebody's talking, and I'm there too, in the whole group. So this is all the characters that was in. When I write, I was the character. The side character, perhaps the main character, sometimes second character, but it was all there. But when I penned the last word, it was actually very sad. I didn't want to put an end. I wanted to add another story, but I think we already planned everything. I planned for 28 prosperity. We have to stick to 28 prosperity. So when I said that, I just stopped and I did tell my mother, thank you so much for everything. So this is my story.
Thank you, Verena. Now, Irvin gave me the permission to drill them. So I'm going to throw away my questions and I'm going to put all of you on a spot. So it's a question that you all don't know. I'll let you all take turns to answer this. There's millions of books out there. Amazon, Kinokuniya, MPH, Popular. What gave you the courage to say that my book should be out there and I'm going to write this? Because there's always this question, who's going to read my book? I've heard a lot of mentees ask this. I got nothing to say. Who's going to read my book? Who am I? So what gave you the courage, with all the millions of books out there, to write yours and say, here, this is my book? Yeah, by default, you're holding the mic.
Okay, for me, I think it's very simple because I believe that God leads me to write this story. So I believe in His plans. Whether there are thousands and millions of books out there, if a reader pick up my book, I believe it's God's will and they will be encouraged. So to me, I don't worry about the millions of books out there. It's all a matter of God's will. So if it is in His will, it will be done. And if it happens to drop into your hands, this book, then it is also God's plan for you to be encouraged, for you to know that He has a purpose in your life. So for me, that's how I will explain, I will answer that.
Thank you, Dorene. Fondy would like to go next.
Right. Continues from what Dorene is saying, choice, right? My one is about choice. So yes, after life setback, right, you might want to actually choose a different life, isn't it? Yes, and that's where that I actually resonate with what Dorene was saying, that I didn't really care about whether my book, I don't have any fear, but all I care is actually I have a burning desire to actually pass out a message for everyone, especially the younger generations, that you are a star. Everyone is unique and you have, great purpose to fulfill on this earth, and you can be a leader. And all my aspirations for this book is actually to create more leaders, to find out what is your gifting, your character, and your potential contributions in the society that can impact lives. And that is what I have in mind in my legacy, and I just want to pass a message out. That's all.
Thank you, Fondy.
Thank you.
Dr. Siti.
Okay, so mine is, even though the whole time I was very emotional about everything, but I think why I really wanted to do this was because every single time I meet or I have any coaching session or any trainings or even simply anyone coming in and asking, I've noticed that there's so many misinterpreted information that is being conveyed to the public. I usually call them half-baked influencers who is just, spreading some every Tom, Dick and Harry is speaking about mental health nowadays. So what pushed me was putting out or just, create something for people that is legit, that people can actually flow follow and be practical about it. Most of us, when it comes to mental health, we say, okay, you try your best to be strong. Okay, tell me how to be strong, right? You'll be like, you just have to not be stressed. How to not be stressed? Not being stressed is a stress anyways. So how can you avoid thinking when you're thinking about not thinking? You get me? So in that point, I wanted to have a practical textbook that people, it's nothing, nothing draggy, nothing like, oh, my life journey, nothing of that sort. It's very practical, it's factual, it's steps that you can do to attain, to clear your mental baggage. That's all.
Thank you, Dr. Siti.
Okay, I'm going to do something lighter, okay? Something lighter to make everybody laugh. Okay, when I wrote the book, so many books there, right? It started with one thing, I believe. I believe that I want to write my book. It does not matter whether my book reach anybody. It's my belief that to make my dream come true, my childhood dream. And I believe that is for everybody. So when you go buy a book, right, it doesn't mean that, this book cannot sell, but there is something that reaches you. So it's like fate, in terms of journey, a book, when you're fated with a book, you pick up the book. So this is actually when I had that, I didn't think of how it's going to do well in the whether it's bestseller or anything else, but I just want to fulfill my dream. That's my first belief. And I believe every book is for everybody. So that is my second belief. With that, I just wrote. So this is actually my journey, very light. I wanted something light, I didn't want something heavy, so that when somebody read it, they actually find out a bit about themselves, maybe about the childhood memory that they lost or they have forgotten. Something funny that, when you're alone, you just wanted something pick me up. My book is actually meant for them, a companion on a boring day, maybe on a sad day, maybe just to trigger some memories to make you smile. Thank you.
Thank you, Verena. Chee Yong?
To me, it's definitely it's my setback. Yeah, just borrow their title, and so it's good to connect the dot as the last. So it's a setback that I have in managing my money financially on personal finance as a chartered accountant, and I get triggered as well. I know it's not triggered, but I know everyone have a story. Yeah, and there's a choice in me that I want to put my book out there. There's many books teaching people about how can you become a millionaire in how many days, Secret to Millionaire, Millionaire Mind, all sorts of books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Psychology of Money, Happy Money, but there's no angle about money and relationship. People are talking about legacy. Is legacy important? I don't want to say whether it's important or not, but I think living presently is much more important. I'm not saying that I've figured out things yet, but how we can use money, it's nothing to do with the amount in your bank account. Will you be happier if you have a lot of money? Yeah. So to me, it's the bringing that, yes, all those strategies are already available. How to save money, how to reduce debt, how to invest, it's probably whichever vehicle. But there's something unique in this book that's truly my own moment. Yeah. That I always share that inside my book as well, there's this moment that how many of you have been to Ho Chi Minh? Okay, good. There's this moment that if you know Thadi Market, my wife and I last year went back to the same food store. It's selling a local Chee Chong Fun. For those who don't know what is Chee Chong Fun, it's a roast rice noodle. It's very unique. It's from Hui, another city. We managed to find back the same store that my wife and I ate 9 years ago. And we don't know how to order, but luckily my wife still kept the photo. Yeah, thanks to her that we just showed the photo. We want this. And the food store owner just prepared, and we ate it. And then after finishing the meal, I just typed in Google Translate. Luckily, we have Google Translate. And then I passed on to the store owner to read. Probably the font was too small, she can't read it, and she had passed on to the next store owner. And then what I wrote was, we are very grateful that my wife is enjoying the meal. She find back the same taste that we ate. And that moment of time reminded me that she was giggling, and while we walk away, they still have some laughter. So how much does that cost the meal? It's only less than $350 US. So to me, that moment of time is not about we enjoying the meal as well, but it's how we can bring happiness to people around us, spending with intention. How that money used to spend more moments with people that you love. Yeah, so I hope this story, whatever my story, you can create your moment. I have a chapter that a section of the book that talk about money make moment. Whatever moment that you love, I hope this book will inspire you to take a simple action. Whether it's to finish that one page, whether it's just to read the foreword and whatever that you need to do, and I hope to bring the message out to a global stage that it's not about recognition, but it's all about things. Yeah, thank you very much. I pass back to Bavani.
Thank you. Very quickly before my last question, Dorene just wants to say something very quick.
Okay, I just wanted to add, perhaps when you look at me and then you think about, what if I don't go through the same experience as Dorene? Will this story still resonates with you? I want to let you know that the last chapter in my book is about resilience. So I write, resilience is not something you are born with or without. You can develop your resilience. So even though if you don't go through the same experience as me, this book still works for you, because in my book I wrote 3 frames or pillars on how you can build your own resilience. So remember that resilience is not something you are born with. I am not having a superpower here as a resilient person. Okay, so everyone can build their resilience. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much, Dorene. We are not born with resilience, but we can develop. Now we just have a few minutes left, so I'm going to give everyone 6 words or less. Yeah, I need to carry in 6.
Finish drilling us, right?
Yeah, 6 words or less. What does it mean to you to be here right now, holding your books? 6 words or less. Who wants to go first?
Transform your money, transform your relationship.
Wow.
Transform your mindset and transform your lives.
Coming up with their own taglines now.
Okay, how can it be that? All this transformation. Be happy, have a chum.
That's actually very nice. I think mine would be clear your mental baggage.
And Dorene?
To me, I would like to say, all glories belong to Lord Jesus. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope our panelists have shown you there is a book in all of us, and it's all about just taking the first step. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have been thinking, okay, on behalf of MAP, sign up next year. But as Bavani Periasamy, I will say just pick up the pen, or pick up your iPad, or open your laptop, just start typing. Don't question, because you have a story in you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to all of our authors. The stories we've heard this morning remind us that growth often begins through life's experiences and personal journeys. As we continue our program, we now shift our focus towards careers, leadership, communication, influence, and professional growth. Our next group of authors brings together lessons from business leadership, workplace experiences, decision making, and personal development. As before, we are going to call out each author to receive their cover foam board, and then they'll be invited to share a brief introduction. So now let's begin. First, we have Thila Supaya, the shark who forgot to swim. Thila. Now this definitely got me thinking a lot when she shared her topic. And it's my pleasure to invite my own mentee, Thila Supaya, to say a few words.
Hi everyone. Good morning.
Morning.
I can't hear you.
Morning.
Yes, that's the energy. My name is Thila Supaya. I joined MAPS 3 years ago. Because I aspired to be a speaker. 3 years ago means 2023, right? Ty? You signed me up, huh? Right? Okay. So I signed up with him and then I chickened up. I didn't join any MAPS activity at all. I was just a member, silent member. And then something happened to me. September 2024, I was bedridden for 77 days. I was just on the bed thinking, is this life for me? What am I supposed to do? If something happens to me tomorrow, what do I leave behind? Yeah. And just a background. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's me. So what I did was, you can basically see 77 days lying on the hospital bed, and I thought about, I should do something. I should write something. Yeah. Definitely during that time the shark didn't come yet. Yeah. I wanted to write something. Yeah. I just wanted to write something. So so this was my whole journey. Total of close to 77 days, bedridden, losing a leg due to peripheral artery disease, and trying all kinds of ways to see how I can walk back, and finally walking back. Today actually marks 1 year since I got my prosthetic leg. So that was also the driving reason. I keep asking Irvin, why you put 66? He said, the 66 number is so nice. So it was also a driving reason. Yeah. And from the bedridden time, I spoke to Bavani, I think last year, middle of last year, and I told her, I want to write something about leaders. How leaders can, break out of, their challenges that they face. Then she told me, yeah, just write. Then I said, okay. Then I rejoined MAPS. Because as usual, right, every year if you don't renew your membership, expires. So I renewed when they had the book workshop. I renewed, I went in, I sat through it, and the book came out in a way that, why shark? Okay, I love National Geography. I come from that era of National Geography watching, and the first time I watched Jaws was like, wow, such a magnificent animal, right? So I look at each and every one of us as the shark in the sea. What sea you want to conquer? Atlantic, Pacific, it's yours. So this shark actually forgot to swim. So it was something like me. 170 over days in a hospital, not knowing what I'm going to do, what's going to happen to me, and coming out of it. So this book is about how you drift away, but you still come back. Thank you.
Thank you, Thila. Her book title may be The Shark Who Forgot to Swim, but I'm so glad you didn't forget to finish your book.
Thank you.
Up next, she has stories. She has a lot of stories. We saw a video of her a little earlier. None other than Veera Devi Sundaram. Growth in the most pressing moments of life. I would like to hear your most pressing moments writing the book. Over to you, Veera.
Most pressing moment of life, writing the book, for sure. Who am I is the very beginning question that I had when I decided to write. And that was the question every other time I was triggered to write something. I've inspired to write since the age of 10. I've written a lot of script, sent it to newspapers, radio channels, and watch it come back, just bouncing back to me in the envelopes, making me feel so sad and tired. But anyhow, when I stepped out of my corporate life after 22 years of service, I received a call from a fellow friend whose name is Zairul, and he said, "Why don't you try writing a book?" And I told him, oh, better to be said, I asked him, who am I to write lah? What credibility do I have? Or what do I have to tell people? Who's going to buy and read whatever I'm going to write? And that question lingered from 2022 until 2025 when I met Johan Irvin. Are you here, Johan?
Yes, at the back.
Yes, he's here.
You are here, all right. And that's the man who put a context to who am I to write and inspire the younger generation at corporate sectors and tell them a story that can inspire them, give them a technique to grow up in their career ladder with full of motivation, full of empowerment. And that's the result of growth in the most pressing moments of life. How many of you all have been middle managers in a corporate life? Meaning managers, assistant managers, supervisors, team leaders, fantastic. And you would know what is the pressure that comes from upward and downward. Your boss will say, do it. Your team will say, don't want to do it. And you are stuck in between, not knowing how to navigate it. But eventually you will figure it out. As you experience it, you will figure it out. So, we have Jaxie over here. Repeat after me, Jaxie. Yeah, Jaxie is an ant. She's a female ant working at Intranet, a streaming network who produces content, entertainment content like YouTube, TikTok and all that. So she's pressured between the boss and the team members, and the whole story is navigated by her, getting some things right and getting some things wrong. So when she gets something wrong, she reflects, she's guided by her mentors, her bosses, to get the right techniques and frameworks to make it even better and grow in her career ladder. So through this book, I have established 3 frameworks that I've coached my participants in my training, called control. As a leader, we must have control over the team and the situation and the problems. And then I go into cloning. How do you inspire your team members to act or decide on things almost like what you would? You can never get them to do it 100% like you, but almost like you. And then 5-finger theory, which comes in handy for team delegations. How do you fix them? How do you make a team to become more productive and fantastic? Okay, so this Jaxie, again like every other author said lah, was not Jaxie in the first place. It was one Miss Alicia, who's a human in a manufacturing setting. Then it changed into Jax, which is an ant character in a manufacturing setting. I was not able to flow. I really got pressed in between my writing and my character and my setting. And finally I settled for Jaxie and everything became unstoppable and everything flowed very beautifully. So if you're not a person who loves a book like self-help book that tells you what to do and how to do, this is a book for you to go for because it comes with a beautiful story that navigates you towards the frameworks. Alright, and to thank, janganlah tepuk tangan, belum thank, you already thank your wife with your book. Okay, I have the world to thank throughout this journey, but I'm not going to take that much of time. first and foremost, this book wouldn't have been possible without my experience working with Astro Malaysia for 22 years and the leaders who shaped my leadership throughout the journey. And to my family members, especially my sister Sarojini Sundaram and my brother-in-law Karthigesu. Without them, this book is never possible. My sister did the editing of the book, and my brother-in-law did the layout for the book. The best part is, English is not my first language. நான் தமிழ் நல்லா பேசுவேன், தமிழ்ல நல்லா எழுதுவேன். I mean, I write and speak very well in Tamil, but English is only my secondary language. So my sister is an English teacher. So whenever I did, what was it? Do not, supposed to be written as don't in the books. So we had arguments. No, I will put it as do not. She will say no, put it as a don't. So we had that kind of arguments and the book came out well. And of course, to my mentor, Bavani, who has always been there and pushing me to write the book, and awesome project manager, project lead, Irvin. The best part of this workshop is that the LMS that he came up with, everything is taught there. The next batch who comes in, you just need to go through the LMS and then learn everything and write your book. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Veera. We have the mentors and then we have unsung heroes like Johan, who also steps in when needed. Now when you hear the word boardroom, you think about meetings, getting scolding, don't know what's going to happen. But this put a smile to my face. Vivian Yap with her book, Flowers in the Boardroom. Precious moment.
Okay, thank you.
Got it.
Thank you. Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Vivian Yap, and when I put this title, I had a lot of compliments about the title. But then a lot of people started to wonder, what is this book about? You're talking about flowers and you're doing gardening, or you're doing flower arrangement. And it was like, yeah, why did I do it? You have to read the book to find out why I call it flowers, because it was something that long time ago when I had my first coach, she described me as such, and there was a reason for that. So flowers in the boardroom, why I wrote it, or perhaps I have to go back a little bit to tell you who I am first. So now I am a leadership coach, so I work with clients who are leaders themselves, who are transiting into a bigger role, growing in that role and taking on more responsibilities. But before this, I had a past life. Nothing dark, but in 35 years, nothing dark or gory. At 35 years, I have been working in the corporate world, in corporate retail, and I was the executive director sitting in the C-suite. So obviously, the boardroom became my first room actually. Many hours there. So obviously all the drama in the boardroom, the good and the bad, I've seen it, and honestly I also contributed to it, to be very honest. So the book is the stories that I have witnessed, I have lived through it, I've experienced it, and I learned so much about it. Then the problem came when I wanted to write the book. Like you all said, who want to read about me? It's so boring, right? And I'm one person who also am not a good, I don't read a lot of memoirs because I find it, Then I realized I have worked with so many women in my lifetime who have all achieved so much sitting in the boardroom now, owning their own business, and they've got their stories, and each one of them had something that I admired very much, which actually I never told them. And it was a strength that I saw. But a lot of us just not talk about struggles. But here I'm talking about people who have achieved so much in life. And when you see them, they are up there. Yeah? But the things that they go through their head, you don't know because you never see it. And so I had the first hand of knowing that because number one, I'm their friend. Number two, I saw them in action. And so when I finally managed to get 10 of them to sit down with me, I interviewed them. And through those interviews, that's what came out in Flowers of the Boardroom, right? So you will get a collection of real stories. These are all kisah benar, bukan main-main one, you know. True stories of one aspect of this particular leader that I felt was quite important because it was who she is, despite a lot of people sometimes telling you, you cannot be like that, you shouldn't be like that. I had that told to me so many times. You can't be like this, you have to be like this. And then you try to be like this, you end up salah, and then you go back to be like this, you end up salah. So somewhere along the way, you have to be who you are. And these are the ladies that I found that they had to find their strength. And even when they found their strength, you know what? This you have to know, especially all of you who are the young leaders here. The day you go up the ladder, the day you want to transit into the boardroom, your strength is the one that's going to hold you back. Your strength is the one that's going to hold you back. Because the one lesson from the book that you can get, there are many lessons. What got you there won't be the one to get you there anymore. You have to flip your strength. And that's some of the stories that you will find in the book. So each story is different, and I've divided the book into 4 main pillars. I didn't create it, but it's about competency, influence, trust, and integrity. Yeah? So that's the book. So before I go off, I just want to say thank you to the 10 ladies who shared their stories for their generosity, to the contributors to the forward, thank you for helping me set the stage, to Maps, to the fellow mentors, and the co-authors here who have been on the journey with me. Thank you for your sharing and for your learning. A lot to learn from here. And thank you to all of you who have been here today. Thank you.
We have dramas, we have kisah benar, but we also have flowers in the boardroom. Next up, we have Nicholas Chee, Beyond the Ladder. Now this is an author that got me excited because among all our authors, this is one author who came dressed as how he is featured on his book. Same enough. Okay, over to you, Nicholas.
First of all, good morning everyone.
Morning.
Good morning. Right, before I forget, I'm kind of nervous. Before I forget, let me do all the thanking and acknowledgement to all. First, I'm not able to stand here with that book or with this phone book if without Max. And I'm very thankful to Irvin, to my mentor, Aaron, even my teammate, Verena, and all those in the book writing sessions, because with them, they are putting me the pressure to complete the book at last. I missed out the soft launch, but at last I make it to this launch. Right? Thank you. So before I forgot, thanks again to those really helped me throughout the way. Right? So, yes, my name is Nicholas Chee, and why I'm wearing this. So actually, if from the right hand side, that is my profession. I'm an engineer by practice. I have been working in the crane industry for many years, 2 decades to be exact. Then, while working in this industry, I have a passion. I have a passion to become a speaker, to become a trainer, and now at last to become an author. And at last, my bucket list is checked. Right? So, my profession, I'm an engineer. That's why I was called IR, or the IR is actually abbreviations for engineers. I'm IR, the industry knows me as IR Nicholas. And my passion is setting up a training center. So I'm owning a training center now. It's called NCH. It provides trainings and as well as engineering consulting services. So this is what I do. So next. So I did something different. Why? Actually, among all the mentors, actually I choose Aaron. Aaron. Why? Because all the mentor they have the Aaron is the one who stand up. Because why? He's the book author that illustrate. I mean, he's the author that actually able to do the illustration as his book. So I choose him because I also want to illustrate. So why I write this book, Beyond the Ladder. Yes, it's a self-help books, and yes, it's a motivational books. But I want to do something different. The books will be fully illustrated plus wordings, because let's say I'm also a reader. I love reading, but I can't find the books that really illustrated, and also it's like one way of reading. There is no interactive between the readers. But my book is totally, it's not saying totally different, it's something out of the norm, where I will have the, how to say, the frameworks. I have framework, self-evaluation tools, as well as those things that while every chapter that they finish, they are able to evaluate themselves by filling up the action, to do actions, so that keep them on track on what they have read, and they can make sure they are aligned with their life. So something different from others. Why it was called Beyond the Ladder, right? So as I told earlier, I was in the industry for 20 years. I actually climbing from bottom to the top of my organizations. I joined the company, the manufacturing company, from the bottom as an engineer, and climbing up to the top as the general manager of the company. So along the way, I asked, what's next for me? Is that the ceiling for me? Is that the end of my career? Or would that be that career until I retired? But then, throughout the journey, I found my passions, which is to become a trainer, to become a speaker, and now to become an author, right? So this is something that in the book where I talk about how I do alignment, a slow shift from being top management of the company and coming out doing my own things. So it's like not a dramatic major shift, but it's a small little actions that everyone can thought up. It's not like you are fixed to one positions. So, and this question, this book also trigger someone that might question themselves: are they climbing the correct ladder? So, if this is not my final book cover, sorry. This is the actual final book cover. So on my book cover, I do pose two questions. One question is, are you climbing the right ladder? Because as we move on in the corporate ladders, we always tend to just strive for the best, try to gain success in that level of occupation or level of position. But are you happy? Do you feel fulfilled? So all this, are you aligned with your life goal? All this actually will be evaluated in this book. There's a framework here. There's the chart. There's the illustrations. So maybe when you feel free, you can just have a glance of my book. So the second question is, as what I told just now, what next for you if you already reached the top? So this is something interesting about that book. That actually is my personal experience, what I've gone through. So I hope you all can have a look on that book, this book. Okay, I don't want to drag so long. Last but not least, I'm very grateful to my wife, my two lovely daughters, who've been very supportive to me throughout the sessions, because writing this book making me having me have to spend endless night of late nights of writing the book. Also, I have to take up most of my time with the family to write this book. So before that, again, I would like to thank my family who have been very, very supportive for this book. And thanks everyone again for witnessing my journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas. Beyond the Ladder. I wonder, the next book under or above the ladder?
Next book will be my book. I already talked about it.
Wow.
Your body is your business card. Your body is your business card. Something
Okay, no ladder.
Yeah.
Okay, up next we have, I've known this gentleman to speak about behavior, but somehow the book is about star. So let's hear what's the star in his book. With that, E.T. Khor. So E.T. Khor with the title Star Plus, Behavioral Event Interview Technique. That's a little dose excitement.
Alright, let me start by taking a selfie first. Alright, 1, 2, go. One more time. 1, 2, go. Thanks a lot. Well, I listened to all the authors and speakers here. They're all writing books for such noble reasons. Want to leave a legacy, want to save lives, want to transform people. I'll be very honest. The reason I wrote my book purely for marketing purposes. That's all, right? The problem, because I've conducted interviews for almost 20 years. I train people how to conduct interviews. People love my training. When they attend my training, they love my work, they like what I do. But the problem is, I can't get through the first entry point. HR managers, training managers, they don't know who ET is. Right? Once they engage me, they like me. But I can't even get the first foot in. So I was encouraged by MAPS and also my mentors to say, hey ET, why don't you write a book? It's almost like a name card. Right? Use it for branding, use it for marketing purposes. And that was the main reason why I wrote those books. And also the main reason why I put my face on the cover as well. But the other reason is because of this. Have any of you spoken to any of your friends and they complain? You know, these are managers who complain about their staff. I have staff who are, they talk about their staff who are not working, getting their salary but not doing the work, not productive, have to monitor, have to micromanage. Do you hear people complain about their staff? Yes. Next time you hear them complain about the staff, ask them this one question. Who hired them in the first place? Right? And it's them most of the time. So the next question is, how did they get hired? And the main reason is because people don't know how to interview. And that's why I wrote this book, Star Plus. And the plus is a way to verify how the candidate, whether the candidate is telling the truth before you hire them. Right? So a lot of SMEs, when they don't know the interview technique, you know how people hire? They hire based on stereotypes. How they look, how the candidate walks, how they sit, how they stand, what hobbies they do, where they're from, their family background, and you hire based on that, and that doesn't work. There's a proper scientific proven method called Star Plus. And that's why I want to write this book, to educate more managers in Malaysia to learn how to hire properly. Okay. Last few words is I want to thank my 3 mentors. I'm lucky, I'm luckier than all of you. I've got 3 book mentors. I've got Hira Singh, my first mentor, I've got Irvin, and I've got Tai. Thanks for all your encouraging and pressuring and pushing at the right time. I brought my family and my team members to celebrate with me, my wife Sunitra, my kids Kaylan, and Caleb. The noisiest and most excited here. And my wonderful and reliable and loyal assistant, Elle. Without her, I would not be able to do this. Thank you very much. And congratulations.
Thank you, E.T. I've always been shy. I don't know if I'll dare put my face on my book. But now you inspire me.
Thanks.
Now I think MAPS should start having an award about authors who write every year. MAPS yearly book writing authors. Because there's these two gentlemen who's fighting for it, I think. Let me welcome the first one, who's leading. We have Thai True Thought, fourth book, fifth book, fourth book, with his title, Find Your Insights.
Thank you, Mentor Bavani. Yeah, put it aside. Okay, is this the one?
The big one.
Oh, okay. How many of you, when you hear about data, you are excited? Show me your hand. How many of you, when you hear about data, you are stressed? You have no idea what to do. And furthermore, when your boss asks you to prepare a report and then go blank. Yeah, that's me. Okay, my name is Thai, and I want to let you know why I'm writing all these things with my years of experience. This one. Check. Here we think about 30 minutes. So, so I started off as a programmer. So that taught me, sometimes there are too technical things and I don't talk to human, I talk to machine. So that means I'm able to relate the technical person, how they think, how to behave. Then move on to SAP ERP. Sometimes there's a lot of data in the system, people just download and do the numbers in the report. So there are ways to make it faster and easier. And further on, I move on to the role. I have the power to chase after people for reports. All this while I only prepare a report for other people. On one fine day, something happens. My boss asked me, thank you very much, and the door is over there. I will retrench. So that's the moment I decided to become a trainer. After that, I always wanted to have my own book. So that's my first book, Wrong Your Data. And then I continue on and sell for HR. Just by the way, for those of you who have not published the book, it's a warning. Publishing a book is very addictive. So the book is a data-driven sales leadership. So this year I have a fourth book, Find Your Insight. This book is not the fourth book, actually, it's the second book of the series. Because whenever I started writing my first book, I noticed I'm writing an encyclopedia. And no one is going to read about it. So I realized sometimes there are a lot of data, they're just not sure how to organize it. So the first book is how to organize the data well, using spreadsheet. Then the second book is about how to analyze data. Sometimes they have a data, they have a lot of things, and the boss just say, hey, do the report for me lah. They look at the data, they have no idea what to do. So this is just enough to analyze the data. No rocket science, don't need to go a lot of formula calculation. It's just a thinking process. Then the third book is about how to visualize it. Just enough, cukup makan. And then how to present it. The glorious words is data storytelling. And then finally is how to make decisions using data. So this is a series. I'm not sure when I'm start compiling for my third book for this series. And the reason I'm writing all this book is I see a lot of people, they have data, they're not sure what to do with it. So it's just enough. You can see everything is just enough. So this will not happen without a group of people I want to be grateful for. The first one is, because I have a long list, so it will be 30 slides to go through together, yeah? Yeah, my thank you big list. Yeah, that's me. First one is Mentor Bavani. She really pushes me. And by the way, for those of you who want to have someone who really pushes you out of your comfort zone, she is a certified professional nagger.
That's a compliment.
Yes, a compliment. Once in a while, I have forgotten about my book. I said, Thai, how's the things? Okay. Yeah, I'll be grateful for her. And the next one is my clients. Because that framework tests with my clients. They are actual works, just enough to cook makan. Then my community, all of you, maps, my friends and family, they are attended for this launch. And also my ex, not what you think of. Yeah, mentors, mentortees, project leads. If you're not quite sure what is mentortees, PM30. So these are the few early supporters that encourages me before I even publish my first book. Here are the names, very long, so I summarized 30 slides into one. You'll notice some of their names here. Are very small. With that, the intention of writing this book is to make the things possible. Humanly possible. So that's me, my name is Thai, and some people call me Excel Sifu. See you off stage. Thank you.
And to add to the list, you will also have mentoree now. Cannot keep up with these two guys. So the one who is challenging Thai to his title, whichever it may be, is none other than our own project lead. So you've heard Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But this guy has figured it out, and he says he's going to speak about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So fitting for Irvin. And this is his third book. See? Fourth book, third book. Aduh, stress lah orang. Over to you, Irvin.
Alright. So I've been busy coordinating, mentoring, and I've forgotten my script. But nevertheless, there's one thing I will not forget, is the thank to my family members, my wife and my two sons. Well, without them, I have no chance to coordinate and monitor the whole progress of the project. I have no chance to finish off my third book. Yes, indeed, a challenge to I'm one book behind of Thai. Yeah. So perhaps maybe this year I will publish 2 books together. But nevertheless, yes, what I say, yeah, is really writing a book is something, a journey, but it's also very satisfying, and you will keep writing and writing and writing. Why? Because this is my third book. The first book is about sticky slides, and all the while, after 20 over years, I'm in consulting, strategy and planning every day, every time I design slides, press slides. And you see all these slides, basically, I prepared last minute, yesterday night. Yeah, so sticky slides is about, my first book is about how to design slides. Yeah, the second book is about how to use data charts to do data storytelling. Yeah, but these 2 books are a bit technical on how to design slides, how to design charts, but in between there is one thing missing. The missing part is that how to think and influence a decision using your slides, using your chart, using your data. That's what comes about in this particular book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you heard about, or if you read about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the same type of a storyline where there is a 2-person, Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Rich Dad is a person that designed their slides with a lot of content. But whereas Rich Dad is the person that summarized only the key content that influence decision. Yeah. So that's my book about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you would like to know more, later reach out to me off stage. And yeah, I'm quite happy that I walk the talk together with all the mentors, 12 of us, including myself, 13, launching our book today. Thank you very much, and do enjoy the rest of the session.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has not been an easy journey for all of these authors. So my humble request on behalf of MAPS is that do buy their books. It's all out there in the other room. And if you've read their stories, read the book, read the marketing tools, please do also take some time to speak about it, to write about it, because that's how we all can help support these authors. And you know how maybe even make them bestsellers. So let's do our part to support them. And now to explore the ideas and lessons behind all of these books that we have just heard about, let's move into our second forum discussion. This session is titled Building Careers, Ideas and Influence. And to moderate this discussion, it's my pleasure to invite our immediate past president of MAPS, Sumati Krishnan.
Right. I saw the other group speaking in front just now.
Some of them got a bit more emotional, getting choked, loss of words. But the good thing is, I assume it's because of happiness and the relief of completing the book. As we celebrate the launch of your books, I also want you to, I'm getting emotional. I want you to keep someone in memory, in your hearts. Zairul is not here. Zairul Baharom is not here. Please keep him in your heart. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm sorry. We have heard all these wonderful, amazing corporate leaders and coaches and trainers speak.
Then hold it like this.
Now, I would like to, Vivian was talking about 35 years being an executive director. Veera being 22 years at Astro, right? So I would like to ask all of you, the writers, what made you write this book in the first place? E.T. explained very well. This is to hire better, because sometimes we are guilty of hiring based on looks, based on their sad stories, based on the appearance or family background. But I'd like to ask the others as well, what made you write a book? And I'm going to start with Thila, with an interesting title like this, The Shark Who Forgot to Swim. So what made you write this book?
I have been, I understand we're all in corporate, most of us, right? So I have been in corporate for 30 years. Yeah, 30 years, basically sitting beside leaders and seeing leaders, hired leaders who come in and fall through, are not able to cope up with the kind of work and everything, and they face so much of challenges. So that was one of the reasons why I thought that, as a HR person, I've always been in HR, also been, supporting those leaders. And they come in with so much ambition, and then they get pulled in different directions, and they lose it. They lose their spark, they lose their, intention. So I wrote this book because of that. And I actually have a character here. I picked a man, not for anything, just, shark. I thought a man would be good. Apex predator. Sharks are one of the strongest animals in the ocean. But remember, sharks can die if they don't breathe. So I took that, because when you get suffocated in your work area, you can't breathe, nobody's going to help you. You have to find a way. And I also connect it with my own journey, where I had no choice to breathe, to come out of it. So I wrote this especially for that. I do have some, tips as well, and some areas where we talk about the journey, how you cope up, how you come back. But at the end of the day, it's all about what goes on in the corporate world and how you stand back up. Because if you notice, I want to relate to what E.T. says. People are not hiring well, so the leaders are not doing well. So what's wrong with that? So that's where I come in. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, Thila. And moving on to Veera.
I think I've been a middle manager for about 18 years of my life, managing small teams to largest team of like 50. And I think that area is very, very important for the person and also the organization, because that's where you discover your self-potential and able to solve a lot of issues, and at the same time make the organization get elevated to a more productive zone. If the middle managers actually lose control and they are not able to put things in place, organizations will not be able to move forward, and that will cause a domino effect in an organization for the people and also for the organization. So in that case, when I started writing this book, I thought, not only thought, since I'm a trainer right now, and previously from corporate sector, I was able to see it was not only me who struggled, or my peers who struggled. It's not only the industry which was pressing, but everywhere we go into banking sectors or manufacturing or service sectors, the middle managers were actually facing the same problem, and they were not able to step forward because they were struggling to manage it for a certain number of years and until they get a grade. So this book is something to help them from the very beginning itself, especially if they are beginners in the middle management level. This will be helpful.
Thank you very much. Yes, and can I ask before Vivian answers that, like how many % of women are in the boardrooms in Malaysia?
Oh, I'm not very sure about the number, but those days when I was back then, actually in Malaysia it's quite high. When I was working that time, they used to tell us about 40-50% sitting at that level. Where I was in the boardroom, we had almost 60% representation of women there, which is very high, which is not normal. Yeah, which is not normal. Your question was about why did I write the book?
Yeah, what made you write this book?
Okay, writing a book was not in my bucket list. And I think those of you who were in maths, you heard synchronicity?
Yes.
I went through that. Only now I learned the word, yeah. Many years ago, I used to consult a feng shui guy. And many years ago, when he met me after a few rounds, he told me one day, write a book. And I looked at him, I have no time, and I don't know what to write. And I used to see him every 2 years, and he would always remind me, write a book, write a book, write a book. Never did. Then I moved my home after COVID into a new apartment. I had a guy, a Tibetan old guy, come and bless the house. He saw the room. This room is the writer's room. Whose room is that? That's my room. So he told me, you're going to sit at that desk and write. I also looked at him, write about what? Nobody can give me the answer. Oh, then just tell me to write. Last year, October, I think, I met a head of agency, used to be head of agency that worked with me during lunch. Just talking about general things, and then suddenly he just stopped and stared at me. Vivian, we got to write a book. So I just looked at him. His name is Prashant. Write about what, Prashant? But he knew me from the boardroom days. So he said, Vivian, there are many women who have to climb the corporate ladder and they try to be different things at different times. And sometimes that is really, really wrong. And one thing he said about me was, I admire you because you're always very real and you did it your way and you were always who you were. So a lot of women need to hear that. So he told me to write. And then lo and behold, at that time in the community, I met a lot of maths people. And then I met people who talk about books and book writing. So that's how it started.
Finally, the stars are aligned.
Finally, the stars are aligned. And then, you get sometimes synchronicity flows and you feel the calling for it. And so I said, okay lah, after so many years, so late, okay, now I write it.
The calling is from so many sources, right? Finally,
so I think that is a lesson in itself. There are a lot of signals in our life. It's whether we notice and whether we pay attention and whether we want to do something about it. Yeah, so that's my story.
Yeah, thank you very much. And Nicholas.
Yes, okay. For me, what inspired me to write a book? So, while chasing the career success, I actually always ask myself, do I feel fulfilled? Am I satisfied with what I am having right now? And the true answer is no. From outside, everyone might think the level of success that I have achieved, I must be very happy. But for me, I'm not. So that only doesn't reflect on myself. I found out that my peers, my colleagues, they do face the same thing. So this book is more on alignment of life. This book is more about the story of myself and the story of the peers that I know. So I know that in the market, in the people I know, they also face the same dilemma as I have. So for me, I think career success doesn't mean everything. Career success doesn't mean it's your whole life. You have to balance, you have to align in between your relationships, your health, and most of everything. So that's why this is actually what inspired me to write the book. So that everyone knows that career success is not everything. Financial success is not everything. You have to strike a balance in everything you have. This is my story for this book.
Thank you so much, thank you. And we talk about work-life balance, so this is what we need to balance life, yeah? And E.T., in one sentence.
Okay.
Sorry for.
No full stop. If you work in a large company or MNC or GLC, you would have heard of the STAR interview technique. But 90% of companies in Malaysia are SMEs and small business owners. So they don't have access to that kind of training and that kind of methodology. So this book is the reason why I wrote this for them. So if you're a business owner, you know any business owners out there, small local companies, this book can definitely help them transform their business by hiring the right people.
Thank you.
Full stop.
The same question, please.
Yes. I'm writing the book is for me to continue to learn. When I distill the learning into the writing into words, it keep me thinking. One of the things people asking me, hey, there are AIs out there. Will the data make the data much more easier? The answer is yes and no. Yes means the person is able to turn out the analysis in the report a bit easier. The no part is it may not be relevant to the business context. So the reason I have tested this one with one of the recent clients, and he has no idea how to churn out the report, and after using the framework, and he has much more confidence to churn out the report than the boss one. So that's one sentence.
Thank you.
Right. So yeah, for me, why I write this book, is to championship. Not really, yeah. Why I write this book? Because I've been in training industry for 6 years. After training, my participants also said, okay, yeah, I know I learned, but after the training, I still can't apply, can't practice, yeah. Well, this book is a reference for them, right? Capture everything that I teach, yeah. Not say they forget, as all the trainers you know, whatever you teach in the class or in the training, roughly about how many percent they can take after the training, right? Take over after the training. So that's where the book keep them still progressing after even attended my training. Yeah. That's why I write this book, just for them as a reference. Yeah. Apart from become a legacy, people say, yeah, keep a legacy, please. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Irvin. And I'm so glad to hear that Nicholas is already thinking about his second book. Amazing, isn't it? And for all of you, if you would like to enroll in our next book writing workshop, and we have two people who have already volunteered to be the project lead. One is Verena, and then the other person is Chee Yong. They are going to be the project leads for the next round. Thank you so much. If you're interested, do get in touch with them. And at MAPS, Malaysian Association of Professional Speakers, apart from speaking professionally, we also encourage people to write books. Yeah, so that's what I do. I would like to ask a very simple question, which is, you might have faced some challenges in completing your book. What is one piece of advice you would like to give the budding writers, authors, on how to overcome these challenges? You can mention what is your challenge and how to overcome this challenge.
Wow, okay, you put me on the spot actually. When I started writing, I was still working, as a senior manager in a medical equipment company. I was very excited writing the book, and was writing the book. And during the soft launch, I launched it, with the same thing. I actually designed this whole thing, so I was very proud of it. So when the soft launch happened, I was still employed. Suddenly, April 10, I lost my job. There was a redundancy. They said that they had to remove my role from Malaysia to India. So I was made redundant overnight after 4.5 years working for this company. So where was I? Ground zero, back again. So to answer your question, it was very tough. Extremely tough. But there was this 6/6 date that Irvin gave us, which really was very important, because that was 25 years ago. On 6th of June, I met my husband. Yes, 19 years ago, I became a mother on 6th of June. And 1 year ago, I got my prosthetic on 6th of June. So when he gave me this date, and with the kind of issue I was facing, all I did was, I told myself, I have nothing to lose. I've lost a job. I've lost it, right? I can't get it back. but I need this project done. This project is important to me. Yeah. So, yeah, and this wonderful 13 authors, the way they chat in the WhatsApp, and of course my mentor, where is she? You don't know what she goes through with me. Yeah, and of course Irvin, I'm so sorry all the late nights that I disturbed you. I really appreciate it. So it's you. You have to pull yourself up. And of course my family, my husband, my daughter, I have to say thank you to them. They really went up all the way. We went to popular bookstores to look at books, and I was like, are you guys serious? Do you really think I can, write a book at this condition? He said, no, you have to do it. So it's all about keep moving forward, upward. It's not easy, trust me.
This book reminds me of a quote I heard somewhere. They say, as long as there's life, there is hope. As long as there is life, there is hope. We don't give up very fast. So now I'm going to say, Veera, in 1 minute, what was your challenge and how did you overcome that?
As long as you don't surrender and hold everything upon you, everything is going to be a struggle. Just surrender, go with the flow, make the first move today. If at all you're thinking at the back of your mind, who am I? Just ditch the question, move forward, surrender, and you'll flow.
Thank you so much.
For me, I think the saying is it's never going to be perfect.
Yes.
Because I keep editing. My designer there got a headache with me. So yeah, so if I read it now, I will still want to activate. That's the lesson.
Thank you. So you can't reach perfection, just
can't reach perfection.
Yeah.
But you try.
You try, of course. Yes, Nicholas.
Okay, my struggle to write this book is actually time. So I have a very hectic schedule. So for me, actually, the one word that guide me along the way to write this book is discipline. Yeah, I have to be disciplined. I allocate times to make sure I complete these books. So besides the discipline, actually also the community I have here. Without maps, I think I wouldn't be able to complete the books in time. Yeah, thank you.
Doubt can creep in along the way. As I go into Popular and MPH, I look at all the books, Tony Robbins, Jack Canfield, all these people, wow, can I really be an author? But at the same row, I see Thai's book, I see Irvin's book, I see Aaron's book, and it gives me hope, that if they can do it, I can do it too. So, thank you, Max.
Thank you for mentioning my name. The obstacles I face is thinking too much and aim for perfection. So until the moment I force me to think, if the goal is not huge enough, it doesn't scare me, it's not my real goal. When something really scares me, I trample upon it. That is the goal I want to chase, I want to go after, and I prove to myself, if I can do it, other people also could do it.
So yeah, for me, the struggle that I have is balance. Why? Because I have to balance become the project lead, also a balance to my family, and also a balance to finish off the task. As what Sumati said, I'm quite busy. Yes, indeed, my training is scheduled, quite packed, and I have to manage all this. Yeah, but one thing I never forget is to give back. Yeah, what made me started is because of maps. I attended the third sessions that published my first book. Yeah, then I become the mentor. Then now I become the project lead. So never forget to give gratitude and also to give back. So what you receive. Yeah, that's one. Thank you.
Thank you. So as what they have said, the discipline is very, very important, and also the support. And all of you here, you are here because you are supporting, you have been the guide and the motivation for all these writers. So thank you very much for your attendance today. And I wish these books open many, many more possibilities for you as as ET very honestly said, it's a marketing tool for you. It's going to open many, many opportunities for you. I wish you the very best, and I am very happy that MAPS was instrumental in your journey. And with that, I thank all of you, and I thank all of you for attending. And back to the MC. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you. Yeah, let me take over the sessions. Not really ended yet. Yep, I know Yabi is a bit behind time. But nevertheless, we need to spend some time just for the final sessions that is very emotional. To all of us as part of the journey in this book writing workshop. Throughout today's event, we heard about a lot of us celebrating our stories, our healings, our resilience and growth, leadership and influence. As we move into a final sections of the day, we turn attention to something equally meaningful. Yeah, why I say it's equally meaningful? Some books are written from experience, some books are written from passion, and some books become something even greater, a legacy. Why I say so? Today we honor the journey behind this book titled Beyond the Gate. So sorry if I'm getting emotional. And remember its author, the late Zairul Baharom. He started the journey, but he can't end it. However, his message, experience, and legacy continued through this book. At this moment, I would like to invite Caden, the son of late Zairul, and the family members to go on stage to receive the book cover from board. Bavani also. So now, even not forgetting the moment, I would like to invite Caden to remain on stage and also Bavani to join us with a special fireside chat to talk about this book and the moment and the journey to go together with the late Zairul. So, as the authors are not here, but these two persons, the son of the late Zairul and the mentor, continue on with the journey to make this book a success. So, here are some questions I would like to ask and see what they give their view on this. Yep. First thing is that for those who may not know Zairul personally, including myself, we started the journey, but yet I never have the chance to know deeper about him. Can you share, Kaiden, as a son, can you share with us who he was beyond his achievement and what this book meant for him.
Okay, thank you, Irvin. For those who did not know Zairul, he was my father, but beyond being a founder, a president, and an athlete, he was always someone who showed up every time for his family, for his work, and for his community. The book, he wrote it because he always asked himself one question: why do we keep coming back? So in the book, he wrote about community, sustaining a community, and yeah, I'd say, sorry, I am a bit nervous. But on the football field, he was known as Chum. Not the drink Chum, but it's Chum spelled with a U. So he was really well known and well loved on the field. And being here today, it allows me to honor him even when he has passed.
Right. So that book's putting all the experience and also the journey of that. Yeah. So now another question is to Bavani. Yeah. Zairul chose Bavani as part of his mentor in getting this book done. Yeah. As a mentor guiding this journey, what gave the strength and sense of responsibility to help ensure the Beyond the Game was eventually completed together with Caden, as Caden is quite young, don't have the knowledge in writing and completing the book, but as a mentor, how and what's your responsibility in getting this book published?
I think the mentor here was Zairul. I've known Zairul as long as I've known his business partner. Most of you know his business partner, Jega. And throughout my career, Zairul has served as a mentor since 2009. I've gone to him for advice, we've traveled to places together. And Zairul is just someone, I remember on a trip to KK, he whipped up a set of cards and said, let's see how many games we can create tonight. And that's the sort of person Zairul is. So when he chose me as a mentor, I don't know what role I played as a mentor, but it's more of brainstorming ideas, him sharing, hey, okay girl, like this, hey, okay, or should it be like this? So it's a lot of conversations, more than me actually mentoring, but it's going back and forth with ideas. And he first came up with one concept, how he wants to write the book, and then he came up with a different framework and he said that based on that, I'm going to do it this way. And I think my biggest regret was I never had the chance to pursue the conversations about the one that he finally decided to write on. So for me, I felt a responsibility because he had so much passion, he had so much written. We later found his work. He had done so much of work and it shouldn't go unsaid. He was very passionate about the flag football community, and he keeps speaking about why do people keep coming back. So that was the main theme beyond the game. So I felt I owe it to him as my mentor, that somehow we'll find a way to get this done.
Yeah, indeed. Choosing a mentor is a both way. It's based on faith and it's also based on trust. Just like how Caden had the faith together with his father with the journey. So now, Caden, as a son, what was it like witnessing your father's writing journey and you completing the book? What emotion did you experience seeing this book finally completed?
Okay, honestly, I did not get to witness the early stages of his writing. I think only Auntie Bavani here has seen his early stages of writing. And earlier this year, I think the first few days of the year, Zairul held a family meeting where we discussed our goals to accomplish within the year. And within his own goals, he said to complete his book. And that was, I think, the second time I've only heard about him writing the book. The first time was when it first launched, or when he first signs up for it. So I never got to know, or I've never seen his content. I think only a week after he passed, I went through the goals again. I went through what he wanted to do, and I saw that he was writing the book. So that's when I reached out to my father's company, Khor, and Auntie Bavani as well, to help him continue and to spread his message as well. Completing the book, it makes me miss him more. But at the same time, I feel grateful that from the principles that he raised me on, I'm able to be standing here today. And I'm more grateful for Bavani being there, mentoring me as well, because I know I ask a lot of questions. So yeah, I'm really grateful.
Yeah, there is something that is quite emotional to continue on with a journey that left over. Yeah, but glad that Caden managed to pick it up and then continue on and with the legacy with that. So now, I final questions to both of you. Perhaps maybe Caden can start first. What message or legacy do you think Zairul would want readers to carry with them after reading this book?
Again, is to question, is to make the readers ask themselves, why do I keep coming back? Regardless whether it's family, work, or your community, he always wanted for readers to know that a community is not built by powerful people or elite players, but by helping someone who's in need, and for going that extra mile for that person.
Right, so it's the community, it's a group of teamwork and those things. Yeah, by the way, this book is not just for sportsmanship. Yeah, it's a lot of personal principles and also the stories as written to the book. Yeah, Bavani, as a mentor, yeah, what do you think this book reached the message to the readers?
It started off with the book about flag football, the lessons behind the game itself. And then along the way, it sort of merged into how leaders in a working place can adopt the lessons from flag football. And there's just a lot of it, and it's all about building that safe space as a community. What makes people feel safe? What makes people stay? What makes people come back and build teams? So in flag football, it was all about community, why people come back, why players stay, why players come back after the first game. But the game is not just a game. It's about having the time to be in the game, to have the right equipments, the shoes, the correct apparels. And if you look back at a corporate setting, what is an organization doing to prepare that? The safe space, the things that we make available both physically, emotionally. So I think the core message was it's community, and it's just different names. Community in flag football, but when we look at organizations, it's about the teams. The core message was that how do we build a community where people feel they belong, they want to belong? How do they feel safe? Because the people and the whole community makes them feel safe. And the same goes to teams. How do leaders make the team feel safe with them? I think that's a core message as I really wanted.
Right, thank you. If I can pick up, it's a teamwork, it's a community, and it's some principles of things. Yeah, thank you. And any last message from both of you?
I forgot to mention this just now of what my dad was, what kind of person he was. He was always that kind of person to ask the right questions at the right time. He was never a person to be stuck in one place. He was always a person of progression, moving forward. And I think from the principles that he has taught me, I think I'm really grateful for that as well. And for my family, thanks. I want to thank my mom, my brother, and my cheeky little sister. I think you guys have heard her cheekiness, her cries, but it's okay. So yeah, I also want to thank MAPS for giving me this opportunity to speak about my dad.
So maybe I can share a few stories about Zairul for people who don't know Zairul. So, like Hayden said, he never gives up. So he was saying, "Ayo, Bavani susah, I don't have time." And then he calls me back and say, "You know what? I figured out a way." And you know what Zairul did? He actually made use of AI. So whenever he's driving, when he's outside, he started to speak into his headset so that it's transcribed and it's already pre-written for him. And we found a lot of his work that was transcribed through his voice notes to be edited later. And this is one man who is very resourceful. When time was a challenge to sit and write, he found a way to speak and got it written. And somehow along the way, when I think Kaden and I don't know how many times we went back to the chapters that he's had written and then referring to the second framework that he came up, and many times I'm like, "Ayo, Zairul, what did you mean here? What did you intend here?" Because we didn't have the answers. And the challenging part was to write a book and not being able to ask, "What did you mean with this?" But somehow, among all the chapters, because he has already put all the chapters, somehow something that I read will say, "Oh, maybe ini kot." I don't know. But yeah, forgive me if I did that wrong. I think Kaden may have had the same feeling.
Yeah, it was hard to consistently keep his voice throughout the entire book. So yeah.
Yeah, so this is not an experience I ever want to go through again, to try and write a book where I can't ask for advice. I can't, you know how big the guilt is to know whether I'm doing this right? And that holds me back until I got jammed and like, oh God. But thankfully, Zairul pretty much had written a lot. But it was just for us to, because he had part 1 and then he finalized part 2. So now we had to go through part 1, deconstruct part 1 and fit it into part 2. Yeah, that took a lot of brain power. So that's Zairul. He never gave up, and I think we didn't want to give up for him. We said that the book will be out. We know it's about community. Please forgive us if there are parts we got wrong. We were figuring out Peter Persia's story. Like, who's Peter Persia? I remember Prema and Pushpa were also in our meetings. Like, there's a story about Peter Persia. Where is this Peter Persia? So yeah, I hope we did right by Peter Persia too, whoever he is. But yeah, that's Zairul. He didn't give up, and we didn't want to give up.
Right. So thank you for cracking the code in getting this book. I hope that Zairul very blessed to have both of you, especially Kaden, to continue on with the legacy of his inside this book. Yeah. Right. Thank you very much, Kaden and Bavani. Beyond the Game is more than just a book. If you have heard from them, do support and get a copy of this book. Yeah, Beyond the Game. Now, it is a tribute.
Sorry, I just want to quickly announce on behalf of the late Zairul's family. Due to our challenges, we have a mock book today. We do not have the published book. Do give us some time for editing, typesetting, and all those that follows when it comes to printing a book. But we do have mock copies for you to see how the book looks like, and it's out there for sale. Sorry.
Right, thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, it is a tribute, a continuation, and a legacy. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a heartful round of applause to the big Zairul. Now, the moment has come to the end. Yeah, throughout this morning, we have celebrated stories of healing, resilience, growth, leadership, influence, and legacy. Yeah, and thank you for continue joining and sitting here together throughout the whole journey celebrating this book launching. We honor not only the completion of all these 13 books, but also the courage and perseverance and commitment of these 13 authors, and I always say including myself, who choose to share their stories and also ideas to the world.
Alright, we've come to the end of our event. Thanks for those who have joined us on TikTok Live throughout the whole event. We're coming to an end, and yeah, it's a wonderful celebration, and thanks for joining us. Please remember to like and follow if you want to have more contents. And if you're keen to write a book, interested or curious to find out more, contact me, PM me, and I will connect you to this book writing bookshop, book writing club. They can help you and mentor you to get your first book. E.T. Khor signing off. Thank you and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.